Alright, from hearing this message, you have 3 minutes to place your bets in the chat for who you think is going to come out on top in this series. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have the Chinese Terran player. He used to go by Blooming, but is now going by Oriana, representing Mystery Gaming. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have his opponents. We have the best player in all of Hong Kong, representing the Juggernauts. It is GogojOey. And as we get into this, a massive shout out to Jadolf in the chat. Thank you so much for the raid. Gracias, papi, gracias. Hope you had a great stream, and I hope the clown makeup washes off. Really, it's the mask is off, and that's really what you look like underneath all the makeup. A clown, but I love you, Jadolf. I love you. For those wondering, Jadolf, he's an Australian Terran player. He was streaming earlier, and he had some clown makeup on because it was a clown fiesta. Clown fiesta. So I hope you had a great stream, as we are starting the semifinals of Grand Platypus Open number 86. And we have a bit of a hatch gas pool opener from GogojOey. Everything's looking quite standard across the map. Oriana, likewise, nothing too crazy either. Unlike the last Terran that we saw, we do have a Reaper on the way. We're not being insanely greedy as we once were in that last game. Now we are going to be getting into this. And yeah, I'm really curious to see how this goes, because this is what I'm mainly excited about. I'll be honest. When we announced the return of Grand Platypus Open, I wanted to see the pros, the GMs from these other regions interact with Oceania and Southeast Asia. That's really like what I'm wanting to see here. You know, players like Blooming, players like Jollywood Loves, like Rewhite, like Silky, and many others. Max said, Cyan. Those are the players that I want to see here go up against the regulars that we have, you know, because we don't get to see that too often. Despite how close our regions are, you know, we have been region locked from each other for so long, and here's the first, you know. Obviously, we casted Bukun earlier, and there's no disrespect there, but Oriana is, of course, a bit of a tier above, a level above that of Bukun, and being able to see him play against GogojOey is, I would say, a little bit of a treat. You know, I want to see this more often. You know, not just the players from China, but of course players like Eternity, players like Yoger as well. The second best Zerg player in Taiwan, Rex, for example. There's just so many great players from these other regions, and it would be great to see them participate and take part in this event. Obviously, I don't know if they're aware of it, and we're going to do our best to kind of spread the word and let them know. But until that happens, yeah, it's really cool to see, and I'll settle for Oriana versus Joey. I'll settle for it. As I do see 3cc before Starport opener here. This should be a Banshee opener as well. There we go. We do have the add-on swap. We do have the tech lab being set up on the Starport, and the Banshee should be not too far away. There we go. It is now started. So again, a very economic start here from Oriana. I haven't been able to cast Oriana since last year, since DreamHack Atlanta, the DreamHack Atlanta China qualifiers, basically. So it's been a couple of months. It's been like 5 to 6 months. So I haven't been able to see Oriana play in a long time. It's great to see him here, and I'm excited to see what he has to offer and how he can compete and compare with GogojOey. As here we go, we do have that cloak on the way as well from Oriana, as to be expected. Hellions as well. From here, we should be getting into a bio transition. We already have the tech lab on the racks, and we should be seeing Stim started momentarily. Until that point does arrive, we do see the Hellions are just going to be poking, prodding, getting that map control, dancing with these queens, and the Banshees will soon be upon us to slip into those mineral lines. GogojOey has had a really solid start though in just droning. This is the most standard I've seen GogojOey in a long time. I'm used to the hyper aggression. I'm used to the early Roach Warrens. We saw it every game against Asher. But here against Oriana, GogojOey, You know, he has a little bit of a different approach. Maybe he knows that Oriana was watching. I did see Blue Ming in the Twitch chat earlier. So Oriana doesn't want to be too samey. He doesn't want to be too predictable. He's going to mix things up by playing standard. As we do have Carapace on the way, we have a second Evo Chamber as well. It looks like GogojOey wants to go for Ling Bane into Hive, into an Infestation Pit. Doesn't look like he really intends to be taking any additional tech anytime soon. For the time being, the Hellions just poking, prodding. Ooh, the Banshees are not going to go for a counterattack. They're going in with the Hellions to break through the Queens. Ooh, and one Queen is already going to be going down. The Lings are busy across the map. They're not at home to defend. Oh, but only one Queen falls. Oriana a little bit distracted by this Ling run by. The repairs are on point. The Lings will not break into the natural. Ooh. And GogojOey is able to buy enough time to make another wave of Lings to make sure he doesn't get overwhelmed and that these Hellions don't get out of control. Meanwhile, the Banshees are going to back off. They're going to peel off from those Hellions, and we're going for a harassment instead. We do see the fourth base is going to be scattered. It looks like these Banshees aren't going to be looking to force a cancel. Instead, we're going into the main base. We're going to try and pick off some drones. This is spotted by GogojOey, and he's trying to set up his Queens here to try and catch those Banshees. Oh, at the same time, the Lings go for a massive counterattack. The Hellions, they get surrounded. But despite getting surrounded, there's still so many Hellions here. This was not an efficient trade for GogojOey whatsoever. Ah, the Queens are waiting for them. And she's taking a lot of hits. I'm afraid to look at the units lost tab, but 40 Lings. 40 Lings died in that counterattack. Not worth it at all here for GogojOey. I understand the temptation. He got a surround on the Hellions, but there were just so many of them. They were just supporting and covering each other. But you know what? If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. The Lings, they return here with a vengeance to dive on top of those Hellions. Not just the Hellions, but also the Mineral Line. The third base is going to be going down at the same time. Oriana is going for a drop. He's going, no! Oh! Oriana, with a bit of friendly fire, he almost kills his own tank. Oh, maybe a little bit of nerves. He will get a couple of Queens, but he lost his entire Mineral Line. He needs to do more damage. Oh, he's going to be able to find a lot of drones here at the fourth base. Not too bad, but in come the reinforcements. The tank is going to be going down, and this push is going to be cleaned up. 10 drones, not bad, but I'm sure Oriana wanted a little bit more, especially because Oriana did lose his tank as well. Oh. Meanwhile, 1-1 is now done for GogojOey. We're going straight into 2-2. I mentioned this earlier. I assumed he was going to go 2-2 into a Hive, but no, we have a Hydra Den. GogojOey is going to be going Ling Bane Hydra. Oof. That's a little bit of his control here. Both Banshees, they take out another Queen, but the Banshees are cleaned up. Now GogojOey doesn't have to really worry too much about any kind of Banshee harassment. He's going to be throwing down some spores, you know, just to be safe against any drop play, but he has one less thing to worry about. Meanwhile, our drone count is getting, you know, it's getting up there. We're up to 76 at this point. We should be working on another hatchery soon. There we go. We have a fifth base on the way. But as the fifth is being taken, Oriana is moving out across the map with a triple drop. We have a fourth base on the way as well. Our defensive position here at the third is looking quite solid with our SimCity and our tank. Don't have too many other units here, so a little bit vulnerable, but GogojOey is unaware. GogojOey is focusing on the defense here as the drop is revealed, and he's going to be diving on this fifth. Ooh. Does force that cancel. We do see a couple of Banelings ready here for GogojOey, but honestly not too many, so he has to wait a little bit longer. He's looking to actually dive on top of this army. But Oriana is looking. Thank God. Thank God, as we have a single lone medevac sneaking into the main. GogojOey is a little bit distracted, and these Marines, oh my God, they're going to get a surprising amount of damage. One drone going down. Yo, can he get the Queens? A drone, a Queen, second Queen, not quite, but yo, the positioning. Oh, beautiful. Is able to kind of abuse the SimCity here of GogojOey, trade efficiently against those Lings. Something you don't see too often, a 10-minute mine drop is going to be coming out from Oriana. This could do a lot of damage. This is very unexpected. I believe, yes, we already have an armory as well, so detection is going to be required to deal with this. Oriana is transitioning into Marine Marauder Widowmine, or actually just Marine Widowmine, to be honest. No Marauders, not yet. Very fragile army. Meanwhile, here we go. Do you have that singular drop coming into the main base just to distract the army? Does get one drone. At the same time, in comes the mine drop. Do we have a reaction? Up! We do have a reaction, but is it going to be enough? Ooh. 4 mine shots go off, but we have detection available. 9 drones for 4 Widow Mines. It's not bad here for Oriana. Not bad. Oriana's economy is actually pretty comparable to that of GogojOey. And the creep isn't looking that great here on the right-hand side. Oriana able to pick off a decent amount of these banelings. Can he get a couple more? Ooh, not quite. At the same time, we do have a massive push here on the left-hand side again. Just Marine Mine. Marauders are finally being mixed in. Oh, a lot of links going down. Up. Ooh. Juicy Widow Mine shots. We saw a little bit of friendly fire, but the majority of the Marines were able to get the hell out of there. And Oriana, honestly, he's just trading that well against GogojOey. 3-3 on the horizon. 3-3 hasn't started yet for GogojOey. We have a hive. We already have an infestation pit. Oh, but there we go. 3-3 just now starting. Just a little bit delayed. Do we have Adrenal? Yes, Adrenal Glands is on the way as well. No other hive tech units yet, whether it's a Lurker Den, whether it's a Greater Spire, or even just Vipers. We're just focusing on pure Ling Bane. Oh, and here we go. How good the Widow Mine shot's going to be. Ugh. First shot, not too bad to be honest. We do have another wave of banelings coming on in. The Marauders are here to soak though. Oh, as the mine shots will not go off. Oh, and the starter stepping, Poppy. He has to be a little bit careful. The Hydras are trying to hunt down these drops. At the same time, we do have another Hydra run by here on the left-hand side. A CC is cancelled. One of them. But the 5th is on the way. And this is scary. Like, Oriana's economy hasn't really been slowed down too much. We saw GogojOey punish the 3rd earlier and get every worker that was here. But outside of that, we haven't really seen too many run-bys. We haven't really seen too much damage done to the SCV count of Oriana. And that is a scary, scary prospect. Up! Oh god, these mine shots. The connections have just constantly been good here for Oriana. Oh, but you know what? Now we do see Hydras coming in from behind. These medevacs are going to be focused down. Empty medevac does fall. 5th base has been spotted. We do have a planetary, but we don't have anything to support. Where are the tanks? Where are the Marines? Ah! Oh, the planetary is going to be going down. Oh, and that's a kill, not a cancel on the 6th base. Oriana just not in position. Wasn't really anticipating a counterattack. And he loses 2 bases, 800 minerals plus down the drain. And now Oriana's he's starting to hurt a little bit here. Sure, we're on 4 bases, but we need a 5th and soon. And we can see the desperation here. Oriana is double expanding. He's running down 2 CCs as we speak. And if he isn't able to get the butt up and running, then GogojOey will be eventually able to overwhelm. GogojOey's working on his 6th. The mine shot! Oh, the mines. Every time. Yo, but doesn't matter. The Ling Bane breaking on forward here. Do you see the banelings rolling on in? Oh, they do connect with the mines. I do want to say that was a good trade overall for GogojOey. At the same time, another double drop here towards the south. Oh, the power of one baneling. GogojOey is all over this, and Oriana, for a long time he was keeping up. For a long time he was actually, you know, he had the map control, he had the initiative. I don't think that's there anymore. His trades are just not what he needs them to be. GogojOey just shutting every push down, and now he is the one with the momentum. He's the one with the initiative. We just see a massive push coming in towards the 3rd base. Actually, no, we give up on the 3rd, we just go for the 5th. And the CC's gonna go down. Oh, it does catch fire. Mine shot's not going off either. It does burn down in the end. And even if GogojOey doesn't get the third base here, he doesn't need to. He may just get it anyway. It does back off in the end. Oh, we don't want to stick around though. We don't want to be losing any of these Hydras. Across the map, we do have a drop that's actually finding a lot of damage. GogojOey is actually pretty heavily oversaturated here. Oh, but the Ultras! The Ultras, they come out just in time. Ugh. The Ultras have arrived. We have kindness plating. We have speed on the way. Oh, GogojOey shuts it all down. Again, Oriana was keeping up for a very long time for the first, I want to say 12 minutes of this game. But now, I think he knows it. He's all in. Is he straight up pulling the boys, or is he... Okay, he's just saturating his main base. But, I mean, he may as well pull the boys at this point. We gotta go, Papi. Oh, God. But he just doesn't have the tech he needs. He doesn't have the economy he needs to deal with Ultras. He doesn't have Liberators. He doesn't have Ghosts. He doesn't have the ability to just take in that direction at the moment just because he's been stuck on 4 bases for so long. Despite that, we see Oriana trading quite well against these Ultras. 2 Ultras go down. But, 3 Ultras go down. Yeah. I don't think that really matters here, as once again, the 5th base is exposed. Baileys are going to be rolling in as well. Oh, God, the Bailey connections are going to be insane. And GogojOey just has too much. GG gets called. GogojOey will take game number 1. Oh, GG. Oh, there we go. GG, well played. Congratulations to GogojOey as he takes the first game. But I was really impressed with Oriana. Like, he was doing really well for himself. His drop play was just all over GogojOey. The way that he was able to trade with the Ling Bane, with the drones, the Widowmine shots as well. Yeah, honestly, it was looking quite impressive, but over time we saw, I guess, what really did matter, and that was the fact that, of course, Oriana just really struggled to expand. It was just contained to his 4 bases for a long time, and even being contained on 4 bases was struggling to hold on to his fringe bases as well. So over time, GogojOey was able to take that lead, extend that lead, and take the first game. But we'll see where we go from here, as game number 2 is going to be on Gresvan. Oh, as we're just gonna make sure that we have the right game. I think that there's a bit of an issue with maybe the map. Okay, it's not Gresvan apparently. Apparently, it is not Gresvan. Apparently, it's Dragon Scales. There we go. There we go. It's gonna be Dragon Scales. So apparently, Oriana thought it was loser's pick. But no, not loser's pick. Okay. We do have a veto process, and here we go. We're going to be getting into our second game. Unfortunately, Oriana not really getting the map that he wanted, but I'm curious to see how he's able to adapt here to GogojOey style. I'm curious to see if GogojOey is going to be going for an early Roach Warren like he usually does. You know, he usually likes to spice things up and throw it in mid-series. Show us the Roach, Papi. Show us the Roach. Ah. And here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Dragon Scales. We have, oh my, oh my, are we going for a 13-12? We are. He's crazy. Going for a 13-12. We have the best player in all of Hong Kong representing the Juggernauts. It is GogojOey. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have his opponent. We have the Chinese Terran player representing Mystery Gaming. It is Oriana, aka Blue Ming. Let's go, Papi. Even against Asher, this was quite a different opener, I want to say. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe this is the same opener he did, GogojOey did against Asher on Gresvan. Regardless, 13-12 here in ZvT. He's crazy. I'm pretty sure it was just a gas pool opener against Asher, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there we go. It is a 13-12. He pulls out of gas. He is going for a Ling Flood. No Banelings, no Roaches whatsoever. Pure Ling. I'll be honest, I don't think I've seen this against a Terran before. I don't think I've seen a 13-12 against a Terran. And I don't think I want to see I don't think I want to see a 13-12 against Terran, but I guess I'm curious. It's one of those things where I can't look away. I don't think I approve of it, but I want to see. I want to see what happens. Oh my god. Oriana being punished for not SCV scouting. I think GogojOey noticed last game there was no SCV scout. There was a Reaper scout, as we did have a Reaper first, but the Lings are coming out, and Oriana doesn't know. He has no idea because he didn't send an SCV across the map. And the wall is not a wall. The CC is going to finish, but GogojOey can see that there is a massive gap here on top of the ramp. We have more Lings on the way. They're just going to be meeting up with the army. GogojOey is expanding behind this. So 13-12 into an expansion. Interesting. But he's going on in Link Speed, finishing up in 1 second. The wall is a wall just in time. But the reactor is going to be going down, and Lings are going to be flooding on in. GG gets called. And GogojOey with the 13-12 in a ZvT takes game number 2 and the series. Wow. Wow. I'm shooketh. Damn. Damn. GG, well played. Congratulations to GogojOey for taking the series, and in quite an eye-opening fashion. Again, I want to say that the reason why that worked against Oriana was because that there was no SCV scout, and Oriana was being greedy. And again, I want to believe that that was an adaptation after game 1. After GogojOey had realized that maybe Oriana was being a little bit greedy and a little bit lax in the early game. But yeah, wow. What a way to end it. What a way to end it. GG. Congratulations to GogojOey. He will be advancing on to the grand finals. And we are going to be getting ready for our lower semifinals for Demi versus Beastork.